Hello, I've got a friend coming over tomorrow and we're going to do some art together. And I bought her one of these little palettes that I recently showed on my Temu Art haul. And so today I want to select some watercolours to put in it and also fill up this other palette which I bought from Temu. I don't think she's used artist grade watercolours before, so I want to try and put a really nice selection together for her that will mix well with each other and just show her some of their lovely qualities. So I've got out all of my tube watercolour paints and swatch sheets for them. So I'm going to have a play around now and figure out which might be the 12 best watercolours. So I've just taken the insert out. It's a nice little chunky thing. And first I'm going to pick warm and cool primary colours. Here are the first 6 then. I'll just swatch them out. So I've got quinacridone rose for the cool red. I just find that it mixes beautifully and it's just nice in its own right as well. For my warm red, I would use Pyrrole Scarlet, but I haven't got very much left in the tube. So instead, I'm going to use Permanent Scarlet from Core. For the cool yellow, I think my favourite is Sennelier's Lemon Yellow, but this one in particular from Sennelier runs like crazy, and I don't want to put it in a small palette that will be carried around. So instead, I've picked out Core's Cadmium Yellow Primrose. For the warm yellow, I've opted for Jackson's Indian Yellow, which is this lovely rich yellow. Then for my cool blue, I've picked out Sennelier's Phthalocyanine Blue. This is a lovely transparent one too, which mixes to make some gorgeous colours. Then for my warm blue, I'd usually use Daniel Smith's French Ultramarine, but that one's on its last legs as well. So I'm going to use Sennelier's Ultramarine Deep, which is another nice transparent from PB29. So that's the first 6 chosen. I'm just going to mix up a warm and a cool colour wheel with them and see what colours we get from the mixtures and see where I still feel we've got gaps. Okay, so I know that with these colours I can mix some great purples, very bright ones, and then slightly more muted ones. I'm going to be able to mix a nice range of oranges And then I can get some quite bright greens and some nice olivey greens coming here. My friend does really like green though, so I am going to include a couple of convenience greens in her palette. Okay, so for my next 6, this might be a slightly unusual selection for a palette of 12, but I think they're the paints that my friend will most enjoy. So this is one of her favourite colours. And I've chosen Holbein's Leaf Green. She likes the look of the granulating watercolours. So I've picked out Cascade Green, and I thought this way at least she's got a warm green and a cool green. And I also picked out, I guess you could call it a warm brown and a cool brown. But I've included Daniel Smith's Quinacridone Deep Gold because I think it's a great warm colour in its own right, but it mixes up the most beautiful greens. And I also wanted to include another granulating colour, and Galaxy Brown is one of my favourites. One colour that we aren't able to get with the split primaries is a bright turquoise. So I would normally include turquoise green from Snellier, but again that's nearly run out and what's left is almost rock solid. So the only other tube paint I've got for Cobalt Turquoise is this Lucas one. And then the last paint I chose was Sennelier's Neutral Tint, just to give her a hand with mixing darker colours. I'll fill up the palette now. Okay, so there we are. I'll pop that on a sunny windowsill and let it start drying out. And the last thing I'll do is paint the little swatch card to go inside it. So here are the paints all in their little palette now, and I made this little swatch card and covered it in sticky back plastic. I'm also giving my friend a little pad of this Baohong watercolour paper because I don't know if she's tried out a good grade watercolour paper before either. So I think seeing as her favourite colour is green, that's a nice little set. I'm really excited to give it to her tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.